How's it going, guys, and welcome back to the channel for a brand new Battlefront 2 news update / discussion video. Now in this video we're going to get into some details regarding a patch that will be coming to Battlefront 2, as there will be 3 events within Battlefront 2 a week from now on, so we'll get into that as we go. Now we are also going to talk about this petition regarding Battlefront 2's live service being reinstated, as it is starting to gain a lot of traction with media outlets. So I just wanted to sit down and just chat about that a little bit toward the end of the video, weigh in my thoughts, what I think could come of it, so make sure you stick around to the end of the video. And there's also a few other things that I want to touch on in this video as well, but before we do, recently on my second channel I had an MCU ranking video go up there the other day. I'll put a link to that in the top right corner of this video. We actually passed 5,000 subscribers on that second channel the other day, so a big thank you to all of you who went over and showed that channel some love. But now anyway, let's just dive straight into this. There is a lot to talk about today. So first up in this video, we have a bit of news to round up from the past few days. So DICE will be changing how the events work for Battlefront 2 going forward, which I do believe is implemented now. So there will be a set schedule which will take place on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Now these are the events as follows. On Mondays, we will have a fast spawn event. So this basically means that spawn timers will be set to 1 second within all the assault modes for the duration of the event. And those modes will include Galactic Assault, Supremacy, Starfighter Assault, Extraction, and Strike. And on Wednesdays, there will be a midweek boost of double XP, so that pretty much speaks for itself. It's double XP. If you want to jump on, grind your heroes, whatever it may be, then that is the way to do it. And every Friday, there will be a battle point event for reinforcements. So this will lower the battle point cost for all reinforcements and increase numbers allowed at a time. And the modes that you can do this are Galactic Assault, Supremacy, Extraction, and Strike. And in the next few years, I suppose it doesn't really say, it just says here that on January 1st and May the 4th, there will be a battle point event called Unlimited Power. Anyone who's played Battlefront 2 for a while knows what this event is, but for those who don't, it's basically 90% off of the battle point cost for everything in the game. And the amount of heroes and reinforcements that can be in the match at once is increased. And on top of that, there is fast spawn timers and double XP in effect. So basically, it's a combination of every single event. But this is only going to happen twice a year on January 1st and May the 4th for the following few years. So I guess just in case you're going to be playing by next year, then there you go. Now, I know this news will please a lot of people because it can at least allow the game to stay somewhat interesting despite the termination of content going forward. And I also understand that some people might not care too much. Me personally, the events Battlefront 2 have had in the past has never really been something that has made me want to play. So I don't think that these events going forward is going to be something to sustain my desire to play Battlefront 2 over the coming months or even years, but it might be enough to hold some kind of interest and desire to at least jump on the game every now and then and check in, grind some heroes, and enjoy the immersion that the game has to offer. So maybe in future when there are events like the fast spawn event or what have you, I could live stream here on the channel or something like that. So even though I'm not overly thrilled about the events as it doesn't entice me all that much, don't think I'm just going to abandon the game. Just keeping it real with you guys here, it probably won't hold my interest enough to play even a few times a week. But having said that, a lot of the time I have spent playing Battlefront 2 in the past, I am putting back into Jedi Fallen Order, as I know a lot of you guys are as well. I'm personally playing through that game again because it's just awesome, and the longevity of Fallen Order has massively surpassed Battlefront 2 with its last update in my opinion. So if the events we just discussed aren't going to fill the void for you, then Fallen Order might be that game that fills that Star Wars gaming void instead of Battlefront 2 until LEGO Star Wars comes out. But like I said, for those of you who love in-game events for Battlefront 2, I think you'll be relatively happy with this. But now moving on, in regards to the upcoming patch that Battlefront 2 will receive, which should fix a lot of the balancing issues that the game currently has. Now before I actually discuss it, I just know that the patch information will drop just before this video goes live, as I actually schedule these videos to go up before I go to sleep because of Australia's backwards time zones. So if the patch notes have come out and you're seeing this section of the video, apologies, I'm probably asleep right now, but nevertheless, it's still worth discussing regardless. Because after all, there are a ton of balancing issues in Battlefront 2 right now. At times, it is actually borderline unplayable. Vader is so broken right now and pretty much cannot be stopped unless you're a total bot. Vader has been a tank for a long time now, and it's been made very vocal how much of an issue that it is, so I assume Vader will be nerfed in the upcoming update. I mean, they can't leave this game like this forever, so hopefully that gets fixed. Now, also for those of you who do not know, the Maul kill limit for his skin is being dropped, which is good for me personally, seeing as I only have 50 kills with Maul right now. And there should also be a solid sprinkling of bug fixes to hopefully put the game back in a somewhat decent state for the rest of eternity. It really sucks that it's all come to a close, but you know, what can you do? The most we can ask for now is a bug fix here and there, so that's something we'll just have to get used to. But like I said, I just know that they're going to drop those damn patch notes just before this video goes up. And if they have, again, apologies, but if they haven't, sweet. So moving on, and the main thing that I want to talk about in this video is the Battlefront 2 petition, which has gained a lot of traction lately, and like I mentioned at the start of the video, has actually started to gain attention from media outlets. So, you know, it is making some noise, which is already more than I thought it would do. So, at the time of recording, the petition actually has about 38,000 signatures and rapidly rising. So that's pretty impressive, but realistically speaking, that's nothing in the grand scheme of things. Battlefront 2's old community manager, who has heard and seen this petition for himself, did say that it wasn't really anything on the weekly player count for Battlefront 2, and there's not really anything that they can do about it. So although it is picking up traction and will probably continue to, as Battlefront 2 has a really loyal following, I don't think it's going to get Battlefront 2's live service reinstated. Like, sorry guys, but it just won't. Now, just for a bit of context, the petition that was for EA to get stripped of the Star Wars license after Battlefront 2's launch went absolutely nowhere. And that had 200,000 signatures. And given what I discussed in a recent video, that I think that EA and Disney have come to an extension agreement behind closed doors, obviously due to Fallen Order becoming a franchise, which you would not do if there was even a chance of EA's contract not getting renewed. So I mean, that 200,000 signatures realistically amounted to nothing at the end of the day, and fast forward a few years and all fingers point toward them actually getting their contract extended. So, you know, petitions aren't really something that this multi-billion-dollar behemoth of a company is really going to bat an eye over. It is, after all, the unfortunate truth, guys. Like, I really want Battlefront 2's live service to get reinstated, like, as much as anyone, but it's just not going to happen. Now, having said that, though, what this petition could end up doing, provided it keeps growing and generating buzz in the media, is actually put a bit of pressure on EA to start looking into the production of a Battlefront 3. Like, honestly, I would much rather see this community put their time and effort and all this hype and buzz into a Battlefront 3 petition. But, I mean, even then, that's still reaching. Like I said, it's just going to be pretty difficult to even get EA to bat an eye over this. But, you know, if they do see this constant noise regarding the Battlefront franchise, then maybe that on-the-fence decision of going forward with the Battlefront 3, it could be influenced by all of this social media hype and buzz regarding a Battlefront 3 and all these petitions. I mean, obviously there is a market for a Battlefront 3. Like, from a financial standpoint, EA would be stupid to not make a Battlefront 3. We all know that. But all we can do as players right now is, I mean, just get frustrated with the sudden cancellation of Battlefront 2 and make as much noise as possible to EA so they realize how stupid the decision was to end Battlefront 2, especially with no confirmed sequel in the works. But like I said, guys, I think the hope for Battlefront 2's live service to get reinstated is just, I think it's a waste of breath. It's straight up just not going to happen. Trust me, guys, I'd love to sit here and say that this will change everything and get Battlefront 2 back, but it's time to be real. Now, even though I am 99.9% sure this will go nowhere, I will actually link the petition in the description of this video if you do want to sign it. Like I said, at best, this could put pressure on EA to go forward with a Battlefront 3 and at least realize that they screwed up cancelling Battlefront 2's live service. But just do not expect them to backflip on their decision to kill off Battlefront 2. There's just no chance of it happening. But guys, those are pretty much my overall thoughts for this video. A bit of news regarding the events we'll be seeing on a weekly basis for Battlefront 2. as well as some hype for Battlefront 2 getting a quick patch to fix minor issues, and of course the discussion regarding the Battlefront 2 petition, which is making a lot of noise right now. Now, if there is anything major in the patch notes that requires a full video, rest assured I will cover it, but until then guys, I am still adjusting to Battlefront 2 coming to an end and where to go for this channel. Thankfully, it seems like the views are still there for Fallen Order, so I can actually, keep my channel afloat somewhat with that game, so expect videos on Jedi Fallen Order in future, as well as Star Wars gaming news, some special videos that I have planned as well, so there's a lot to expect. And like I said at the start of the video, there will be some focus on my second channel which talks about movies and all that good stuff, so content isn't going to stop from me. Just be sure to keep an eye out, and if you haven't already, subscribe with notifications on both of the channels so you don't miss a thing. And if you did go on to enjoy this video, then be sure to drop a like, and if you didn't, drop a dislike, that's cool. And until next time, thank you guys all for watching, and I'll talk to you all again real soon.